I'm at the head of the table right now. I'm getting dizzy and I'm like, oh damn, like. And so I lay my head back. YouTube! What's good, y'all? It's Dev, and I'm back! Bro, I recorded this whole story time yesterday, bro. I had canes, it was a mukbang, and we was just vibing, we was chilling. I recorded the whole thing, bro, and it did not record the volume. Hold on. I recorded the whole thing in my car, and no volume. Crazy, ain't it? So here I am, re-recording. My name is Dev. I get fly. I also eat food. So I get fly and I eat food. And I tell y'all story times of my life because I live a crazy life so far. I'm 23 years old and I done already lived, man, many lifetimes. Yesterday I had my canes and I do have some leftovers, but I just ate food. So today y'all just getting a story time, bro. Next time y'all got the mukbang. I'm gonna eat some food next time. So today I'm gonna tell y'all the story time of how I went to a party, passed out, and threw up on everybody at the party, bro. Yeah, like Dev, how you do that? Like, is you cool? Like, is you good? Listen, just hear me out in this story time, bro, because let's go all the way back to 2020, the start of COVID, when the world was really on pause. Like, I was working a retail job in Virginia. I was living in Virginia at the time, but I had ended up getting laid off. Like, I had some time off, like a good month or two. So what I had ended up doing was I went to Florida to visit my dad because my dad lived in Florida. And I would always go there like for summers and vacations and stuff. So I had got time off of work. So I was like, let me just go to Florida, you know, just to, live a little life or whatever. So I was always back and forth from Virginia to Florida because my mom lived in Virginia and my dad lived in Florida. I'm from Virginia, but I moved to Florida my junior year of high school and I went to school in Orlando for 1 year. So I made friends while I was living in Florida for that year, but I ended up moving back to Virginia after that year, right? And I graduated in 2019. So fast forward to 2020, I was like, you know what? I haven't been to Florida in a minute. Like, I miss my friends. You know, this is a good time for me to go to Florida. So I went to Orlando, and once I got there, my buddy, let's call him Chad. This is what we called him yesterday. So we're gonna call him Chad all through story times because me and Chad had lived a crazy life while I was living in Florida in my junior year. So I'll tell y'all story times about me and Chad. That was my right hand man. So Chad hit me up. He was like, bro, you're in Florida? I'm actually going to my hometown in Clearwater for the weekend. This weekend coming up, you should come with me to go party with my friends and stuff, have a lit time. I'm like, of course. Like, yeah, you done talked up all your friends and all your childhood friends, like all the time y'all used to have and whatever. So of course I'm gonna go, right? Let's say this is like Tuesday. He tell me we about to go on Friday. So I'm working myself up to go because these guys, how he was telling me, they're some wild motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? Chad, he's not like a white guy. He's Hispanic, like Brazilian. He's not Hispanic. He's like Brazilian.
What?
His friends, they're white guys. So y'all know, like, you know, they party crazy.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So I'm like, all right, let's do it. Fast forward to Friday. Chad's like, all right, so we're gonna leave tonight at 9 o'clock. The trip from Orlando to Clearwater was like a good, I think like hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So he drove his car. He had a Volkswagen Golf at the time, and it was a really nice Golf. Like, it was pretty fast. You know, he was one of those car guys, so he had a little vroom vroom. I got the text, and he was like, I'm outside. At that time, I was in the house with my family, with my dad, my stepmom, and my little sister. She was like 2 or 3 at the time. I think they low-key threw a little like kickback, a little party or whatever. Like my family like pretty lit. And so I was in the kickback or the party at my crib telling them that I'm about to go to Clearwater with Chad, right? And so they like, all right, just, you know, like be safe, be cool, like you good, wear your mask because this was in COVID. I'm like, yeah, I got you. They ended up giving me like some alcohol to take in GTRP because I was 18. This story is not even real. Like, this is in GTRP. I was 18. I wasn't even drinking nothing like that. Like, I was a real sober, like, child of God, whatever. Chad told me he was outside, so I get my stuff and we get in the car and I'm like, bro, it's good. I ain't see you in a year or two since the last time I lived here. Like, bro, this is actually a very nostalgic moment. In present moment, it was so nostalgic because this was my boy that I used to do everything with when I lived in Florida, and now we back together and we about to go to Clearwater, and he used to tell me all these stories about him and his friends in Clearwater. So we just talking about like what we about to get into, and we was vibing, listening to music. It was just a very exciting time, and y'all already know like COVID was a very unrealistic time anyways, where people was just like off of work, people was on vacation for no reason, people was just like quarantining or whatever, but everybody was just vibing, chilling, like the world was not so like go go go. We got to his friend's house, right? So we were staying at his friend's house for the weekend. There was all of his like childhood friends there, so it was like 10 people there, and there was like a couple girls there or whatever. Some of them was their girlfriends, some of them was just like the friends or whatever, and I think Chad was actually messing with one of the girls that was there too, but that's neither here nor there. That's not even relevant to the story. I'm meeting up with everybody. Hey, nice to meet you, like I've heard a lot about you. Everybody was like, hey, I've heard a lot about you, you seem like a really cool person, like let's get lit tonight. Let's say the guy's house, let's say his name is Sam. We go into his theater room or whatever, and we're all drinking beers. We're drinking Budweisers, Bud Lights, things like that. If you're from the South, you know Weisers is really all you can get as a teenager. Bud Lights, like, you know, cold brews or whatever. We get there like around like 10, so we like, all right, let's hurry up and get lit. Like everybody was drinking fast, like everybody was shotgunning in the bathroom, shotgunning over here, shotgunning over there, and I'm like, damn, like I'm trying to like keep up with them, but low key, like I'm already seeing that I'm not really about the life that they showing me they about right now. They shotgunning, they chugging the beers, pause. They chugging the beers and they crushing the cans, and I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to sip, like I'm just trying to sip and vibe, you feel me? Like, whoa, what are we doing? What's actually going on here? I'm trying to shotgun beers, I'm trying to chug beers, and 3 beers in, I'm like, oh, like I'm feeling it, and they doing it back to back though. Like every 5 minutes they calling for a shotgun. Like what? There's no more shotguns in my inventory. You see what I'm saying? I ended up being able to match the vibes. You see what I'm saying? Because I wasn't gonna be that one person that was the party pooper. You see what I'm saying? That was the bitch. I wasn't gonna be the bitch. I did it or whatever, even though I really wasn't about that life. I remember we get like 8 to 10 beers in, and we all just chilling in this theater room, right? And everybody's just like dancing, vibing. I'm talking to, you know, all the other people there, like, oh yeah, you know, we've heard a lot about you. You know, all the drunk talk and stuff like that. It was like a theater room, so there was like a space behind the couches and stuff, and they are like flipping each other. So y'all know like the catapult flip where you like, you put your foot on somebody's hand and then they like launch you. They literally did that, and one of the guys literally fell on his neck. Like he did half of a backflip and landed on his neck. At this point, it's like 12 o'clock a.m. So I'm thinking like, you know, we gonna just vibe the night out. Like we good, we having a good time. I'm here for the weekend. This is only the first night, so we gonna be probably going to sleep soon. And I'm sleeping in this theater room that we are hanging out in. So obviously I can't just like call it a night until everybody else leave, right? And so all I hear is, yo, y'all trying to go garden in the tree house? I'm like, but they didn't say garden, they said, you know, little garden, like a little garden, you know what I'm saying? They was trying to garden. And I wasn't really a gardener at this moment in my life. Like in the past, I've been a little bit of a pothead, but like at this moment in 2020, like I wasn't really gardening like that. So I was like, I mean, yeah, like I'll go vibe with y'all or whatever. Like, yeah, let's do it. Sam, his parents had a house that was right beside the woods, right? So they had a lot of land, so a big house. And then if you walk outside the back or the front, you had the woods right beside you, and he had a tree house in the woods, and the tree house was where they would go garden. All right, so like 7 of us went into the tree house to go garden. I'm still on high vibrations, like I'm having a great time. You know, I'm pretty drunk, but you know, I love being drunk or whatever. Like I'm being social. You know, we all just having a really good time. So we get into the tree house, right? We climb up the tree house one by one. He had banisters or banners or whatever you call them, like, you know, whatever you hang up on the wall, like little poster boards. He had LED lights around. He had lawn chairs sit like all around the treehouse and everything. He had glassware material that you know use the gardening with. So I'm like, okay, like y'all really do this for real. Okay, Alright. I sit down in the back of the treehouse. So I'm right here and the entrance of the treehouse is right across from me, right? So I can see the entrance and everyone else is sitting around me. Chad is right beside me. You know, they're all gardening, they're playing music. You know, everybody's just talking or whatever. We're like basically hotboxing the treehouse. The glassware gets handed to me and they're like, yo, Dev, like you trying to do it? My buddy, it got passed to him first and then he passed it to me. And I give him a look like, should I do it? I didn't say it, but I gave him that look. And he's like, he gives me the look of like, if you want to do it, you can do it. But if not, you know, just go ahead and pass it. But I'm like, I ain't no bitch, you feel me? Like, come on, like, let's do it. Like, this glassware material was huge. Like, this thing, pause, no diddy, but like, this thing was like long, like where you had like, it had to sit on the ground while you sitting on the chair and you're like holding it like this. You like, you see what I'm saying? You like this. You gotta really know what you're doing. But, like I said, in the past, I've been a little bit of a pothead, so I knew what I was doing. I was nervous though, I'm not gonna lie, because the bowl was already packed. I knew that I had to, whatever I was gonna light and however milky it was gonna be, I was gonna have to clear it for the next person because it's disrespectful to pass the next person like a milky glassware material. Like, it had to be cleared out. I knew if I lit too much, I was gonna have to clear that thing out. And I ain't got lungs of steel. I'm gonna give y'all the setting. The LED lights are flashing red, green, blue, red, green, blue, purple. It's a trippy vibe, and I'm hearing in the background, message in a bottle, yeah. And I ain't never heard this song. I'm like, okay, like, what's this song? When I was drunk, I was just like vibing to it, and I was like, cool, like, you know, it's another alternative, like, really cool song. You know, I listened to this music or whatever, but it wasn't really like catching my attention too much because I was talking to everybody. But when I had hit it, I started gardening, I cleared it out, everything was cool. I blew it in the air, a bunch of smoke. And you know, when you see a bunch of smoke come out your mouth, you kind of get a little paranoid, like, okay, maybe I just took in way too much. Well, I got paranoid at that point. My buddy, Chad, he was like, you know what, Dev, like, since you hit it, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it too. You know what? Fuck it. Like, we lit, we here. We even like did this. For me, when I'm elevated, it hits me instantly. As soon as I garden, like, it's in my bloodstream, I'm already elevated. So the music started sounding different. Like, the music started sounding like it was being recorded live or something. Like, I didn't know what was going on. Like they had just recorded this song tonight. Everybody was hearing it for the first time tonight. And this is a classic song by the Police, Message in a Bottle. I'm like, damn, like, the song is just replaying in my head. It's playing in slow motion. Message in a bottle. Like, I just had like a vision of a literal message in a bottle from like Paul Revere or somebody floating down the river. And I was just like vibing to the song, and I was just like, damn, this song is good, bro. Whose song is this? It was a vibe at that point, right? And you know, like, when I first get elevated, I'm being goofy still, and I was crossed at this point. 5 minutes passed, and I'm starting to get a little dizzy. Like, I'm getting a little nauseous, I'm getting paranoid, I'm getting anxious, I'm getting all those negative effects that I will always get when I was elevated. And that's the reason why I don't do it anymore. But I'm getting claustrophobic as well. And I'm in a small treehouse with like 7 other people around me. And I feel like I'm at the head of the table right now, and I'm getting dizzy, and I'm like, oh damn, like, even the song is tripping me out. Like, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm ready to go to bed for real. I'm not feeling good. But there was a wall, but it was like a little space between the wall and the chair. So I laid my head back, and I'm just like kind of like leaning back like this, and I got my eyes closed, and I'm just like swaying, because I'm just trying to pass by the time while everybody's gardening, everybody's having a good time, everybody's talking, reminiscing and stuff like that. Because Chad hadn't seen his friends in a while neither, so I didn't really want to ruin the moment by saying I'm about to head to bed, like I'm about to head. And this wasn't my house. I didn't know this person. This is my first time meeting this person's house, whose house we were staying at. So I had to obviously wait for them to, you know, go back into the house and then get ready for bed and stuff. So I got my head back, and Chad obviously seen me because he was right beside me, and he was like, bro, like, you good? You chilling? Like, you straight? Like, you don't need to like throw up or nothing, do you? And I was like, I don't know, like I'm just feeling real nauseous. Like I had my eyes closed the whole time. I was like, I'm feeling real nauseous. Like let me just chill for a little bit. Let me just take a breather. And he was like, if you need to throw up, just climb out the treehouse, go pull the trigger real quick, and then come back. You know, like you good, bro. Like I got you. You know, like thing about Chad was like he always made me feel comfortable in a setting that I didn't feel comfortable in, and like that's why he was like one of my best buddies. I was like, all right, like I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I got my head back and I'm swaying. 5 minutes later, I just throw up on everybody in the treehouse, bro. There's 3 people over here, there's 3 people over here, it's Chad, it's me, and I'm throwing up, bro. And everybody's like, oh shit, oh shit. And some people climbed out the treehouse and I'm just like, ugh. And I just pass out, right? I pass out for, I don't know how long, but like a few minutes. And I remember waking up to Chad carrying me out the treehouse. I don't know how he had me, bro, because like it was dark and this was in the woods. Like there was no lights. The only lights was the LED lights in the treehouse. So I'm just waking up to like being carried down the treehouse and out the woods into the house. And I remember him throwing me in the shower. At that point, I had collected myself a little bit and I washed up a little bit and I went to bed. But that was literally the first night of a crazy vacation in Clearwater with my buddy Chad. That was a time to remember. Like I will never forget that night, because his friends could have really like not fucked with me after that, but they had ended up like really fucking with me, and that was just like a crazy story. This was Friday night. I was supposed to leave Sunday, but we ended up staying another 2 days because, you know, there was stuff going on in Clearwater. There was more parties, there was more lit times, and we was all on vacation. So like, why would we leave if there's still more moves? If y'all want a part 2 of like what else happened there, I'm gonna give y'all a part 2. May 9th of 2020, right? And this photo was taken the next day. We had went to like a little river or whatever, and people were jumping off the tree. You can see somebody right there on the tree, but people were jumping off the tree and they got me to jump off the tree or whatever. But this right here was it. So if y'all like this video and y'all want a part 2, let me know in the comments, because this was a really crazy time in my life. We a family, you see what I'm saying? So I want y'all to, you know, really like, I'm really the unk that be telling the stories. Like, I don't know, like tell me something, tell me, you know, something that y'all like from the story. My goal is to get to 2K subs. So if y'all can help me get 2K subs, man, we really running it up. You see what I'm saying? We at 1,400 right now. So I appreciate everybody that has subscribed so far. Definitely make sure to like and sub up, and I shall see y'all in the next one. Peace.